Hey, bottom feeders, let's do a quick market recap on three stocks that I'm watching pretty closely coming up into the next week. The first one is Apple. Guys, I've been calling this out for a few weeks now. Apple is a falling knife. That's exactly what my indicator's firing off as well. It is strong to the downside right now. Now, a lot of people believe that just because it's a Mag 7 stock, that it's going to bounce back because it is already reached, correction territory, right? We're talking about this is already seeing about a 15% dump from its recent all-time highs. Well, problem is that the future guidance is what gets reported during your earnings revenue. So this is this coming Thursday. So earnings will be what's happened in the last quarter, but the future guidance is what they, how are they going to continue to be competitive in the future quarter in the future year? So Apple is facing, a lot of questions about how are they going to not be negatively impacted with China and selling the iPhones in China where they're facing fierce competition, right? So, and to be honest with you guys, all of the big money players don't think Apple is going to have an answer on this. That's why you see a lot of money flowing out. So, with that said, after I'm staying away from Apple because you never know. Maybe they got some sort of surprising story coming up on earnings. But after earnings and the future guidance, if there's not something great there, there will be a continuation in this falling knife. I may open up some short positions and continue to track it down. Just because it's moved to 15% down doesn't mean that it's done. So, anyways, until after earnings, I'm hands off, but I'm watching Apple closely. Also, I'll be watching for the upside. So if for some reason their future guidance surprises me and the whole market, we could face, if it goes back up to its recent height, like I said, it's 15% up from where it's at right now, but it probably be more like 20% by the time we get to earnings because this is going to continue to fall and as we get closer to earnings. It would be my prediction. But with that said, would I jump in right away? It just because they come out with good news? The answer is no. What I need to see is I need my indicators and I need some, some of the technical analysis and the price action has to move in a favorable way following the news. For me, I'm not looking at guessing the bottom. I'm looking at just following the price action, which honestly is probably going to be somewhere around, if it was today, it would be $236 up to a recent high. We're talking about, I'd scalp about 10% of the climb back up for the correction. But until this fallen knife has finished, I'm not looking at getting into Apple. So, anyways, hopefully you followed my guidance when I said get out of Apple because it's a pretty ugly stock right now. Let's talk about SoFi. SoFi's coming up on their earnings and revenue this Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, you guys know I have a pretty big position size on SoFi, but here's the thing. The market has already priced in SoFi beating expectations, right? So look at these last few quarters when it comes to earnings. SoFi has killed it. I mean, a surprise of 22% up, 100% up, just over the quarters, right? 186%. Anyways, guys, the point is that the market believes SoFi is going to beat what the expectations already are. So they've already priced that in. So the $18 SoFi's in right now, they have to beat expectations just to maintain this price. So, with that said, if they come in at expectation or below, oh, there's going to be a sell off and it would be ugly. Do I expect that? No, I don't. I expect they're going to beat it. But just because they beat it, you still might see a sell off because, again, all of the surprise has already been baked into this price. So, the only way I see SoFi really breaking out from $18 to the expected potential move to the upside of close to $20 would be if they come out with a news store, some sort of news for futures guidance that just shocks and awes the whole market. Do I think that's going to happen? No. Could it? There's a few stories that are on the sidelines that I'm following and I'm hearing about, but I can't really put money on that. So, anyways, I haven't sold out of my positions. I expect there's going to be some level of retracement come earnings, even though also expect that they will do well. I just think that there's too much positive sentiment in SoFi that's baked into the price right now. And I think come Monday and Tuesday, there's got to be a retracement, right? Nothing goes up forever, guys. So, but anyways, uh, till then, my technical indicators, they're showing me a strong movement to the upside, but earnings can always change things. Okay. So earnings for Monday. Coming up on AMD, we got earnings a little bit ways away, February 4th. So not this week, but next week on Tuesday. And so what that means is you're not going to have a lot of new buyers come in and buying the AMD. So yeah, this is going to be flatline or potentially maybe even drop down a little bit, right? So coming up on earnings, some people who don't feel very good about the stock, they should sell out because their fear of more of a downside move, which, I can't blame them. Um, like I said, AMD has been a fallen knife for quite some time. It's been in this downward channel for quite some time. There is some nice sentiment coming in here, but it's kind of like the last hour, right? I don't really expect this to continue. So I still have my AMD shares. I'll be holding them through earnings. But just so you know, that's kind of my expectation. It's going to be sideways consolidation, maybe even a small dip going into earnings. And then we'll see what earnings says for AMD. So, anyways, a little bit longer of a video than I wanted to, but just a quick update on these three stocks because I know that some of us got skin in the game in each of these. All right. Catch you later.